All right. Sneaking in for an afternoon session. If I can get my stuff situated here so I can sit comfortably. Okay. I know we're going to fly out and go check in with the lady. The lady for the quest. See what the next steps are. And then I may go on a harvesting run, which I haven't done in a while. Oh, am I out of bandages? I have no idea, Daryl. There are like international game players playing this game, so that's not a question that anyone can answer. There are people who play this in Europe. There are people who play this in Australia, New Zealand, Asia, South America, North America. It's an international audience who play Dune Awakening. The better question would be to say, what is the peak time for the region that I live in? ¿Qué pasa? Oh, I misunderstood your question. What is the average amount of time that players will need to complete the game? About 100 hours. That's already been confirmed. It's about 100 hours of gameplay if you actually play the game and you actually complete the quests and progress through the zones in the way that you're supposed to, and you don't cheat and you don't use gimmicks. It's about 100 hours of gameplay, more or less. If you're like me, it's more, because I'm doing a lot of base building, which is not tied to the questing of the game. So I'm up to like 100 and I'm probably around 100. I know I'm over 125 hours. I don't know how. I don't know where I'm at right now. I quit tracking, so um, and I'm nowhere near the end of the storyline. So I would anticipate for me it's going to be about 150 hours to complete the storyline. But that won't be when I finish, because then I still have all my base building to do. And I'm not doing all of the class quests. So I haven't done the Bene Gesserit quests, I haven't done the Swordmaster quests, I haven't done the Trooper quests, haven't done any of those quests. So if you add that on there, I don't know, 175, 200 hours of gameplay. But for the average person, if you go like check Reddit, most people are talking about around 100 hours of gameplay. I think the lowest I've seen is around 80 hours for people who just sort of beelined.
Oh, look, the kitten is back. Do we have business? Congratulations, kitten. I wasn't sure whether you would succeed this time, but you have proven me wrong. Again.
So what's really going on here? The water shipper knew who I was and why I'm on Arrakis.
It's always the same, kitten. Plans within plans. If you aren't playing, you're being played. You can't be this naive. What did the water shipper say? It
Search
makes
for the
sense that
Fremen.
Fenring would want to stop someone from actually finding the Fremen. His Sardaukar claimed to have killed them after all.
You think he fears them being found?
I don't think Fenring fears much at all. Certainly nothing like the common fears of people like us. Now, I have a new assignment. Ready, kitten?
Sure.
This one is interesting. A man called the Jackal, spreading sedition amongst the peons of Arakeen. His words carry too much weight. Silence him. You can use this, a Shigawire Garrote. Hide it in your hair, and it is basically undetectable by scope and search. This is important. Arakeen is protected by the Guild Peace. This means any violation there can lead to extreme sanctions and loss of Guild transport privileges. The Jackal lurks in an alleyway somewhere in the maze of streets in Arakeen. Find him and silence him. Fenring will be waiting.
I'm getting tired of this lady. Once it's done, I want some answers.
Then go, kitten. Show them your claws.
I'm never gonna get tired of that. I never did notice that. I'm gonna go back now. Damn it, Joel. Damn it. I totally never noticed. And now you've got me wanting to go back and look. Hang on. I gotta go back to the bar now. No, it's all good. Like, I can't believe I never noticed that little detail. I'm sorry, you guys. She's like, she gets me sidetracked every time she calls me kitten. Not gonna lie. I'll be damned. I never noticed that, dude. Okay, that is a nice touch. And I want, is there an audio cue when you go in? I hadn't even paid attention to that either. Dude. Dude. How did I not notice that? It's not only visual. Dude, yeah, being proud of that detail is hashtag worth it. It actually works with other players over voice comms too. Oh, dude, now I gotta test that out. I don't have this machine set up to use voice comms, but I'm gonna have to talk to some of the guild members and see if we can test that out. That's a nice detail, man. Yeah, yeah, I never would have noticed that. Like, I hadn't even, like, I was just thinking it was like a spotlight, and I'm not gonna lie, I got totally distracted because she calls me kitten every time, and I'm a sucker for swap words. But that, the cone of silence. Fuck, dude. All right, fist pump. that was pretty epic, Joel. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a nice little detail. I wonder, yeah, I never would have noticed that unless you said something. Yeah, very nice touch. Well, now I'm gonna have to be aware of that and see if I see that anywhere else either now too, because I had no idea that was even a thing in the game. Oh man, it's the little things. I gotta mark that down. That'll get clipped out for a YouTube short and a TikTok short, because that is a total book nerd moment. Cone of silence. 12 minutes. Yeah, she's done a great job, that voice actress. Well, hey man, the Mentat is my build of choice, so I'm not going to say no to a Mentat ability that would allow me to do something like that for stealthing. I have absolutely really enjoyed the Mentat through my playthrough so far. Alright, we're going to Arakeen now, I believe she said. Also, the audio cues you guys did for Harco Village with like the creepy voiceovers for the Harkonnens, that is spot on as well. I get the heebie-jeebies every time I come here. Just like that creepy overlord voice. Obey. Evil words. uh, I haven't spent a lot of time in Harco Village yet. I ran around, mostly because I went Atreides with this character, but there's definitely a distinct difference between the two major cities for sure. I mean, beyond just the visual elements, because the audio, like you said, your audio director, um, you kind of get a more vibrant feel in Arrakeen. Open air, got the plazas, and then you get into Harco Village, and it's like dark and oppressive, and the great eye is watching. Thanks for the sub, Yonder Progmacia. Appreciate it. Oh, I need to check. Daryl says... Oh, I already answered that question over on YouTube, Daryl. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. I did a quest. It's one of the main quests, and it's one of the quests we're working on right now. Like the God, where was it? We went on to, I think it was the Hephaestus ship. And there was a moment, I think that was the quest. It was one of those, and we have to go in, and there's like this moment where, oh no, it was, yeah, it's the one, maybe it was before the Hephaestus. It's when you have to go after the guy, spoiler alert, kids, the cannibal dude. And you go into his little zone, and there's like bodies everywhere, and you can hear like, and before you're getting there though, you're hearing like the wailing of the poor slaves, and you get into the glutton, that dude, that whole, and I'm not, I had a moment, I think it was on the Hephaestus. I did not know you guys had jump scares in this game, and I about peed my pants the other night, cutting open a box, thinking that I was all by myself, and it turns out I was not all by myself. It was creepy. How you did get that clip, dude. I was not ready. I've been like immersed into just, hey, there's a cool ship to explore. The next thing I know, I'm getting chewed on.
Weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
So spot on, man. I was not ready for that. All right, we gotta go up and left. Nope, one more. Actually, yeah, and I didn't know who that was until you get to the very end, and I was like, oh snap. So yeah, both the voice actors for the people you meet at the end of that particular instance was great. When and when the certain someone started reciting poetry, I was like, oh, 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 oh. We're about to have a moment. Yeah, I appreciate that. He's definitely more of the book version. I feel like all the film versions have always shown a more. It's more, it's the film medium. They have to show a more, visually psychotic character to make it entertaining for the audience. And I did appreciate the importance of the betrothal. Yonder says I was scared mid-combat down in the Haga Rift, not realizing gruesome enemies were coming around the bend. Dude, the rift can be a little intense, especially when you get down into those Chome mining facilities. I remember I haven't been down there in a few days now because we haven't gone down crystal mining, but I had Allie with me one day in the mining buggy, and we were down there just kind of minding our own business. And we pulled around a corner, and suddenly we're like smack dab in the middle of an encampment with like 8 mercenaries or whatever, and it got a little hairy down. And you're so far down in there too. It's like, oh shit, we better back up a little bit and not die. I think we're going up and in here. Oh, what do we got? I haven't had any bugs. Oh, we're going into an instanced area. Are there any clues that we should see? I think we're good. Yeah, I would say quirks. Yeah, the only thing I've seen is like there's been some texture popping in the skies. Right, graphical anomalies, relog to fix. It's exactly what I was about to mention, Kaiser Fu. Like for me, the only thing I've noticed, and I'm like 130-ish hours in. I think the only thing I've noticed is that I think maybe 3 times I've had texture popping, and I have no idea what triggers it. It's usually when I come out, if I remember correctly, it's when I come out of an Imperial testing station, and for some odd reason, when we come out, I get texture popping in the skies, where we get like a flickering in the sky and the cloud cover. But all we do is reload. All we do is camp to character select. We come back and it clears it. I think that's the only thing that I've noticed. Um, the the issue that I had with the and I didn't know this until I went in and dug into the controls, because I was having an issue with the timing on the flick and forget on the or the flick and remember on this, because the default was you flick it and then it would go back to the center, and there is a timing thing you can adjust, which I didn't know until I started digging into the settings. But once I found flick and remember, dude, this is like that saved my life, because at the beginning I was thinking that was a, we need a quality of life thing, but that's already in the game. So for me, this was the only thing that like kind of saved me, because I'm playing on the controller, was being able to do the flick and remember. Um, so I think the only thing I've noticed is like texture popping is really about the only thing I've had. I don't think the I don't think the PvP is broken. I do like the Goomba statement that you made over on Reddit, Joel, about the people squashing other players with the the ornithopters, and then the fact that the team is working on it, and I wouldn't call that a bug. I would call that more along the lines of that's the current meta that people have figured out, and it's like one of those things where it's like, oh shit, we actually do need to fix that. I can remember, uh, there's always been fun stuff like that at launch time. Did you not see the big did you not see the big parody tag on that, Liz Ringstein? Like top left of the thumbnail, parody. Description text of the video, parody in big capital letters. No, I did not make a video about PvP being broken. I made a video making fun of people crying about PvP being broken. So I got to point Joel's statement out, because like, this is what it comes down to. The saddest thing for me, says Joel, is people only talk about the deep desert as in game and ignore the lands red completely. That is the 1% of people who have rushed to the end, because they do that with every game they play. And I know Joel knows this, but everybody else who's just players, um, the 1% always rush, and they get to the end in the first week or 2 weeks that the game is out, and then they get bored and they talk about how there's nothing to do and everything's broken. Um, the Landsrat is a complex thing. We had a really good talk about this during the stream this morning. We were going over the Landsrat because we had a bunch of people asking questions about it. And we were talking about like football teams and guilds and how good guilds are like football teams. And a good guild of tight-knit players are not going to necessarily pay attention to the meta stuff of like let's squash each other with ornithopters, because they're actually paying attention to the Landsrat, which is, hey, here's all these objectives we want to clear. A lot of those objectives don't have anything to do with messing with other players. It's like, hey, let's go build a bunch of ornithopters, or hey, let's go, some of the stuff is, Spice Blow, there's going to be competition. Control points, there's going to be some competition. But that 1% that's just going to rush to the end and try to find things to break, on the one hand, that's a good thing because Funcom wants players to break things, to figure out what needs to be fixed before the masses get to the end game. And then I certainly want the 1% to figure out all this shit and break it before I'm there, because it'll be 2 months before I'm in the deep desert. I got other things to do, because I'm more interested as a book nerd. The Landsrad for me is way more interesting than anything else, because it's the opportunity to do things that have, obviously it's still weeklies, but it's lore related. So coming at it from the book objective of saying I can ally myself with these houses, and then certain houses from the books, and other houses are things that are like, it's a moment of recognition. It's kind of like when you play, if you've ever played, anybody out there that's played like Lord of the Rings Online or Star Wars: Age of Republic, there are lots of things in those games that the people who know the books and who know the intellectual property are going to understand a little bit more. Specifically, I could say with Lord of the Rings Online, there is a series of quests that you do. I think it's before Isengard. It's after Mirkwood, but you're working with the Dunedain in the forests outside of Isengard. And so you have this whole series of quests that's probably like 15, 20 hours of content, and you're just working with the Dunedain, and you're working with the Rangers. And if you're not a book nerd, those quests are just quests. But if you're a book nerd, it's like these are names from the books, and these are the actual relatives of Aragorn, and you're working with them on these quests. Those types of things lend credence to the journey when you're someone who loves the lore. And I think for me, like Joel was saying too, lots of fixes coming in and lots more things to add to the Landsrat over time. By the way, Joel, I will say I've been around a while, like many people have, but I thought it was I think you said it during live stream number 4. A game is only as bad as it is at launch. And we've had this conversation a bunch on my channel over the years about how live service games in particular, I get a lot of pushback from people because I don't ever call balance passes nerfs. I don't believe in nerfs. It's like, it's not a nerf, it's just a balance pass. Like, things things get written down on paper, then it gets pushed live, and players do things that you didn't anticipate, and then you have to figure out a way to course correct that stuff. And that's just the nature of live service games. And I think a lot of people get upset because once you give them something and you take it away, that makes some people on a psychological level, it's like, no, you took that really cool thing away, my OP ranger shot, or my OP ability. But it's like, well, it has to be taken away because it's busted. Like, we have to fix that. So I think, yeah, the 1% are going to make a lot of noise for a week or two, but they'll be gone, and the rest of us are going to be having fun for months to come, and hopefully years to come.
It wanders beyond the walls of the city, and I ask it, is it lost?
Looking for the jackal. Doing great, Umgits.
It says it wants the jackal, but I am the wolf, and a jackal does not speak to strangers unless I ask it, is it kindred? Does it know the word?
I do not know the word.
Oh, it is honest, yes. No tricks, boring. But a wolf likes to play. I ask it, is it clever enough to guess the word?
I might. What's up, Bear Paws? What's up, Nigel? Dewdrop says, if I enjoy No Man's Sky, will I enjoy this game? I mean, there are aspects from No Man's Sky that you might find familiar here, but I would argue that they are wildly different. Um, there are some base building aspects that you might find similar, um, but there's also a lot different. There's some crafting. I think the big difference between No Man's Sky and this is like No Man's Sky, you can kind of adjust the survival aspects. You can play super casual and have it on story mode where you're not worried about thirst and hunger and damage and stuff like that. And this is not like that. So you definitely have to constantly worry about the dangers of Arrakis. Steve-O, what's up? It just depends on the day. We're in the second stream of the day right now, so my main stream is in the morning. So on those streams, we usually have about the audience is usually about 2 to 3 times bigger on YouTube than it is on Twitch. But right now we just got going like 30 minutes ago. So and it's an afternoon stream, so I know a lot of my Oceanic and European audience is in bed or will be waking up shortly. So it's yeah, Twitch is a little louder than YouTube right now, or a little more active right now. I really like your slower, more lore-focused style than others. Let's get to the end game as fast as possible. I mean, I've done that before. Um, I've been there. I mean, I did, top 3 worldwide guilds in EverQuest 2 back in the day. I'm done. I've already done that. Um, I've put in my time worrying about the rush to first. I do kind of sometimes that I miss because like one of the cool things that EverQuest 2 did was if you got like world first or server first, you would get a broadcast message, and it was always kind of cool when your name would go up next to a broadcast message and being like, fuck yeah, I was first at that. But um, as I've gotten older, especially with lore focused, with games that are based around intellectual properties that I enjoy, um, I definitely appreciate. Which I'm really glad that Joel popped in and said that because I hadn't noticed that Cone of Silence detail, and that's the kind of stuff that, from a lore perspective, I'll nerd out over that more than I will a piece of loot because the loot is finite, and it's like I've done the loot grind in like 500 other live service games over the years. It's like it's loot, it's whatever. It goes away in a week. Um, but a good voice actor, good line of dialogue. Um, that kind of stuff. I mean, people have always asked me what's my favorite MMO over the years, and I always have come back to like Lord of the Rings Online because of how much attention to detail the Standing Stone Games has done with lore specific. And if you like go through and do the book quests, it's an old game now, but you're reading through walls of text that feel very authentic to Tolkien. And then if you go over and play like Star Wars or Republic, there's a very like Clone Wars feel to that, which, and especially for the era that it's set in, if you're someone who likes the Knights of the Old Republic era like I do, the Old Republic is a lot of fun. And so there's a lot of deep dive details where you can be running around on like Nar Shaddaa and just exploring the back alleys and having random conversations with NPCs that have nothing to do with quests. It's just flavor stuff, but it's there in the background. And with this game, one of the things that I really, I said this in one of my videos. I can't remember which one. It might have been the one I did on my final review, or it might have been the Game of the Year video I did. Uh, it was the going to the Siege. And if you watch the stream, when I got to the Siege for the first time, I welled up. Like I had tears. Like I was getting all emotionally. Like I'm in a Siege, and like there's no Fremen there, and you've got the girl who's explaining things with you, and she's talking to you, But I was just like, there was a moment where when I walked around the corner and you see the entrance to the siege, um, and it was just this really cool moment of going, because in the books the Fremen are there, but here they're not, and we still don't know where they're at, and so I'm invested in that journey of going, well, where did the Fremen go? So those little things get me excited way more than, hey, new ornithopter. Although it's cool to get a new ornithopter and fly around. It's like, um, yeah, the seats is probably that. And when I made my first still suit that had a catch tube, I don't know, I geeked out over that. Like,
To look, to search, to follow are answers to this taste, but none of them quite capture the essence of the quest. The meek, the weak, the freak, all similar in sound, but none of them can capture the word for searching round. It is stupid, not worthy to speak.
I picked the wrong word apparently.
The meek, the weak,
I thought it
the
was peak.
freak. Oh, it is clever. And now it knows the word. If it finds the other words, then the jackal will speak. I tell it farewell.
Okay. So I have to figure out other words to get him to talk. Nigel says, I love how games can expand on books in a way that adds to the depth of the stories. When they're done right, yeah, I think that that's true. There's also instances of when games didn't necessarily do a great job. Um, I think of the Otherland MMO that they did, which was based off of Tad Williams' Otherland books. And unfortunately, the game just did not. It was not. It was one of those failed MMOs that went through like 2 or 3 different companies before it finally made it to launch. And it was just a hacked up piece of nothing by the time and it had a really cool concept, but it didn't get there. Don Stevo says, when you talk about Lord of the Rings Online, it's not a survival game, but is that still ongoing, good to play nowadays, or Elder Scrolls Online Fallout 76? I think it depends on what you want out of a game. If you're gonna want modern gameplay like Dune Awakening is offering, you're gonna want to stick to something like Fallout 76. Which Fallout 76 even has some survival elements, but they're not really survival. Um, Elder Scrolls Online, if you like Elder Scrolls games, Elder Scrolls Online is a very good game to play. Um, Lord of the Rings Online, I would argue, is a phenomenal title, but it's so dated now that it's hard to get into. But they've done an admirable job keeping it up to date with the 64-bit servers and everything else. It's worth getting into if you love the lore of Lord of the Rings, but it's very dated. You can't play it with a controller. It's mouse and keyboard only. The world looks great. The character models are a little old. It's phenomenally. I mean, we're going to be playing family nights this upcoming Sunday. We're starting, so I'm going to be playing with my brother, which we've played a ton since the game launched years ago. But we're playing with his kids, um, who are like 6 and 11 or 7 and 11, something like that. So his kids they just watched the Hobbit films and the Lord of the Rings films for the first time. So we're gonna go do that. All right, I gotta find clues in here, more words. What's up, JP? Day is going good. Looking for the jackal. She raises her hand to her mouth to let you know that she cannot speak, then she points down the alleyway. I need to find the words so the jackal will speak with me. She nods, then gestures to her feet. As you watch, she lifts her foot above a pile of sand, then stamps it down, leaving an imprint. Footprint. Is that your word? Okay, footprint. There's a Muad'Dib. So cute. Oh, I still haven't put my terrarium up. I gotta remember to do that next time I get back to the base.
Any coins, friend? The blind are usually cast into the desert, but I can live if you are merciful and generous.
So that's another book reference right there. The blind are usually cast into the desert. And you're only going to understand that. I mean, if you play and you're playing the game, you see that. It's like, oh, the blind are cast into the desert. But it means so much more if you've read the books. And you know who the prophet is. Look at another one they call the jackal.
Then speak the words, friend. What are you looking for? Speak to my friends. I need to know that you are the one. And the one will speak the words that came to me in a dream, wreathed in spice.
Okay. So I did get the one was footprint. She pointed down the alley, so I don't know if I need to go further down here.
Welcome, stranger. It is unusual to see new faces down here in the back alleys of Arakeen. How can I help you?
You seem a bit more normal than the others.
Yes, well, Felicity and I have been through a lot together, but we still try to maintain the common courtesy of civilization.
And Felicity is?
Why, my partner, of course. Say hello, Felicity. I must apologize. She is the silent type.
Yeah. What was that about being more normal?
Ooh, that hurts Felicity's feelings. Oh, calling her a nobody. I can't say I am inclined to help somebody so rude. State your business, nor go.
Looking for the jackal.
The jackal? I do know somebody around here by that name, but he won't speak to anybody who doesn't know the words.
What's your word?
My word? No. Only Felicity knows the word. And as I mentioned, she is the quiet type.
So how can I ask her?
Because you were rude to her earlier, Felicity only wants to tell you the word if you can solve her riddle. Agreed?
Sure.
Here is Felicity's riddle. Who is the greatest friend of the hunted?
Silence?
You are correct. Silence is the friend of the hunted. It's an old Fremen riddle, one Felicity learned from the Fremen when she lived with them.
So does she know what happened to the Fremen?
Yes, she was there in the siege when the Sardaukar came. Lasguns, fire, blood, she remembers it all. I remember too. It is where I found her. We used to marry sometimes, town Fremen and siege Fremen. Though we of the towns were considered lesser, we were still blood. Felicity was my wife, and shared her time between Arakeen and her siege, until the Sardaukar came. She was guarding the children when they killed her. And now she lives here. In my mind. It's not wrong to be a little insane if it lets you keep the one you love. Is it?
It's human, buddy.
Thank you, stranger. The word you are looking for is worm. Speak to the others and learn their words. Then the jackal will speak.
So worm and footsteps. I just made a guess. It's been a while since I just did. I think it was maybe 2 years ago. I did Decoding Dune. I was doing a podcast and I reread the Dune trilogy. I didn't ever finish though. I made it through the first 2 books and I got about halfway through the Children of Dune, and then my cat got sick and I fell and had the leg injury, and so I kind of got sidetracked and never got back around to finishing the final of the 3 books for my reread. All right, footsteps and worm. Let's see if this guy will talk to me again.
He returns.
No. Okay, anybody back this way? Does she talk to me again? Little Boris says, started watching your EQT videos a week ago, got into that for the first time. Now I've gotten into Dune because of you. First time seeing your Twitch as well, looking at the book series because of you. Nice. You'll enjoy. It's a good book series.
You come back, friend. Then
Seek
speak
the footprints
words,
of the
friend.
worm.
Yes, the words at last. Do you know their significance? Fremen would speak them on their Hajj in search of their Ummah, their personal revelation. And you are
Oh, you
closing
went
in
whole
on
hog.
your Ummah, which brings about the end of my vigil.
Yeah, that's a lot of videos,
So-
Brutal Boris.
You are here to kill me. Do you know why?
But I also will say, like, occasionally I'll have people tell me that it's overwhelming. They're like, you put out so much content on YouTube, you do. So this is actually, this is a funny anecdote before I finish this quest line. So my brother-in-law, recently started a fishing channel. He's trying to get a fishing channel going for YouTube. He lives in Colorado. And he was visiting my brother. And my brother's pretty successful on TikTok, and he has his cattle ranch that he does. And so I guess while they were visiting, my brother-in-law was like, "Hey, yeah, yeah, Tim, Renfail, Tim." He's like, I noticed he's full time with YouTube. He's been full time with his streaming, for a few years now. Like, what's his secret? And so my brother opened up my YouTube channel, and it was one of the days when I had done like a 12-hour stream, and also then cut up and pushed out like another 10 episodes of something else. So like 10 videos had gone out plus a 12-hour stream. And he's just like, well, wait a minute, what? He's like, I'm lucky if I get 10 videos in a month. And it's like, that's the difference. But I'm only 3.5 years in. I'm 3.5 years of doing this full time. You want to see somebody who's way more productive than I am? Like, I'm very productive. But Coke Carnage has me beat. Coke Carnage has been doing this for, I think like 12 years or something. He's got like 30, I think the last time I looked, he had over 35,000 videos on his YouTube channel. I only have like 8,000. I have close to 8,005. I think I'm getting close to 8,500 videos on my YouTube channel. But I'm a one-man show, and I think that's the big difference. Is Co has a team, so he has a team of video editors, and he's been doing it a long time, and he makes a shitload of money to pay for the team. I'm not making that kind of money. I do make a full-time living, and I make a healthy amount for what Chris and I need, but I don't make enough to hire a team of people. So I still have to. I'm still the one who does all the video editing, all the thumbnails, all my YouTube shorts and TikTok shorts and everything else. I do all my social media, and I also do my brother's video editing for their ranch as well. So it's like it's still a one-man show. So I mean, I put in, most days I put in 12 hours, like 12 to 14 hours. But if you love what you do, Like, I took Sunday off or whatever. I think it was Sunday. It was my first day off in 3.5 years. I took Sunday off, and the only reason I took Sunday off was because my eyes were killing me. I was like, dude, you gotta take a break. I had streamed like 10 days in a row of 12-hour days, and I was like, I can't do that. I'm not 20 years old. Like, I have 45-year-old eyes. I can't put in those kind of hours every single day just streaming. I had Dune eyes for real, only they were red instead of blue. But I was bored. I was bored all day Sunday. Like, I woke up, my body woke me up at 3:30 in the morning because the alarm music was up at 4. I was outside grilling at like, Chris and I went for a walk. We left here at 4:45, went down to the river, had a walk, got back, and then I fired up the grill at like, it was like 5:45 in the morning. I had the grill going with wood fire. I grilled up a New York strip and some eggs and hash browns, and then I baked a bunch of potatoes and some garlic, and we sat outside, and then I went and took a 3-hour nap and got up and was like, what am I gonna do with myself? I want to play video games. I do love my job. I don't have time to do Lies of P right now. Thanks for the sub, Brutal Boris. Appreciate it. If I get free time, maybe I'll try Lies of P, but no promises. Like, I'm in the middle of Dune Awakening right now, and I'm playing the Altars right now. So in the mornings, we're playing the Altars for about 3 hours, and then I switch over to Dune Awakening. And then on the 24th, we start Death Stranding 2. So I'll be balancing Death Stranding 2 and Dune Awakening. And then next month, I know we've got Destiny 2 has a DLC dropping. I may do a Rogue Trader replay next month, because Owlcat shot me a special edition of the Xbox version of the game. And at the end of the month, we have Tales of the Shire, which is going to be really cool, like crafting, cozy crafting game set in the Shire.
Yes, I knew it would be.
I grill in a van down by the river.
Stopped hunting for us after Carthag. He never truly believed he had succeeded. You are not the first to come in search of the Fremen. You are one of many. Find the Fremen, wake the sleeper. Those words used to ring in my mind as well. A compulsion. But for the others like me, the compulsion was broken.
How did he break the compulsion?
It drove us mad. My brother became mad with endless hunger. My sister sought solace in religious fervor. The youngest of us was overcome with greed. And one by one, you have hunted them down and killed them. Until at last, there is only me. Blind and lost. A madman surrounded by the mad.
So you were sent here as an agent of the Bene Gesserit as well.
You have eyes, yet you see less than a blind man. The Bene Gesserit care nothing for us. Busy with their plot to wed Atreides to Harkonnen.
Then who?
Who indeed? Who plucked us from our berths on the prison ship and compelled us to find the Fremen? I know only one thing. Count Fenring knows.
Oh.
And that it...
Oops! I clicked too quick and I missed the line of dialogue! No! Can I talk to him again?
You come back. Then
Hang on.
speak.
I gotta go back through that really
You
quick.
come back. Then
The footprints of the worm.
And you. Yes, you. Those were. It drove us mad. And one by one, you have eyed. Who indeed? And that is why you must kill me. You are so close to your answers. My brothers and sisters are dead. Finish the job and claim your answers.
Well, I don't really want to kill him. I wonder if I have to do it through the dialogue. Well, there's also a learning curve too. Like you can go back to the very beginning. Like the very first videos on my YouTube channel were me dicking off playing old school point and click adventure games. Like I think I did Betrayal at Krondor, Quest for Glory. It was probably Quest for Glory 1. Like it was really old point and click. No, I'm on the just on the controller, Joel. So occasionally, if you
Then speak the words.
like, if you hit the A button,
Speak to my.
it'll skip the dialogue.
Now you come back. Then speak the words.
It'll like, and if you're like me, because occasionally what'll happen is
The words.
they will take too long, and I'll wonder if
Do
maybe
you
they
know
got
their
stuck, if they're like paused between lines and I need to prompt it, and so I'll hit the button to go next, and then it'll like start talking and like, oh, Joel says I shouldn't have an egg. Did I find a bug? Did I find a bug while Joel was watching? Ooh, hang on, let's go back.
You are not the first to come in search of those
Hang on,
who
let's go
it
back
drove
to
us
that.
mad, and one by one,
So Joel says I'm not
you
supposed to be
have
getting out of the
hunted them
dialogue. It shouldn't have an
down
exit point.
killed them. You
So let me go
have
back through this
who
really quick.
indeed, and that is why you must kill me.
So if I choose the I don't want to kill you dialogue, it's just dropping the.
My brothers.
This will be a great
are
doing some Q&A testing.
And claim your answers.
So what I've done before is I've chosen the I don't want to kill you option, and it's just booting me out. And that's why I was wondering, do I need to manually kill him? So let's click the you need to die, and see what happens if we choose that one. Also kicked me out. I found a bug. I found a bug. I found a bug. I found my first bug. And the cool thing is Joel was here when it happened, so I don't have to submit a ticket. I wonder if I can and I can't manually do anything because my abilities are locked right now. Yeah, clip it and ship it, man. Yeah, that's the creative director, Joel Bylos. I believe also the chief creative officer for Funcom. Can I yeah, I was about to kick myself to character select and see if it does anything. And if that doesn't work, I will completely quit the client and see if that fixes it too. Doing some live Q&A, kids. That's right, Nigel. Take notes. Yes, Brutal Boris, you will. So the private servers share social hubs with other private servers. So you'll definitely see other people because you're sharing those social hubs with other private servers. Oh, I'm naked. There it goes. It did reload. All right, let's try that again.
Now you come back.
Correct. Auction hall, all that other stuff.
Then
Let's skip through this.
And you. Yes, you. Those who it drove us, and one by one, you have a who indeed, and that is why you must kill me.
I don't want to kill you. Definitely. So it did the same thing. It repeated the same thing. I'm gonna kill the client and. Well, let me try the other line of dialogue really quick, and if that doesn't work, I'm gonna kill the client and go all the way.
And you are closing in.
How about I choose this too? So we haven't tried this option.
You care so little for answers. As the
Just to see if other lines of dialogue maybe do something different.
You are not the first to come and set those who it drove us, and one by one, you have a who in, and that is why you must.
You need to die. Nope, still kicked me out. Let's go ahead and try to take it all the way out. We'll quit the client and reload and see if that works. Live Q&A. I normally don't stream at this time, Brutal, but I occasionally do afternoon streams. And this was one of the occasional afternoon streams where I had some spare time. It was pouring down rain all afternoon, so Chris is outside. We literally had to chop a bunch of tree limbs down earlier this afternoon, and then I took a shower and was like, well, if you're gonna go outside and work with the chickens and ducks, I'm gonna go stream for a couple hours. Yeah, who knows, Joel? It's all good. Like I said, someone was asking earlier about bugs. I hadn't seen any bugs. The texture flicking was the only thing I'd seen until up to this point. You jinxed it by being here. Yeah, who knows? We'll see if this does anything. Oh, no worries if you have to go anywhere, Don Steve. Like, the VODs are up on YouTube if folks can't tune in live.
I dream of it.
I'm not cutting these down into episodes just because I'm playing hundreds of hours. It's not worth it for me to cut them down. But you can find the full VODs up on YouTube afterwards. I think technically you can watch the VODs on Twitch too, but I never do rewatches on YouTube or on Twitch, excuse me. Worst case scenario, I can also probably exit the instance and then re-enter the instance and see if that clears it as well. Oh, it did kick me out of the instance. That's good. So let's re-enter. I wonder if I have to redo the dialogue or if I can go straight to the end. I would be curious to see.
You come back. Then
Footprints of the worm.
And you are closing it. Yes, you, those, it drove us, and one by one, you have a ruined, and that is why you must.
There we go. That was it. Server hiccup. So just killing the client fixed it.
We've all lost our way. You can complete the mission, but not if Fenring kills you first.
And this is why
Do what you were sent here to
the
do.
benefit of having built my own MMO in the past,
As I
never
said,
panic when you come across bugs.
we
Just
were
restart the
designed
game.
to be controlled.
If I was a true YouTuber, I would have made an angry video and posted it on Reddit about how Dune Awakening is trash. The game is bugged. Just kill the client. We'll fix it 9 times out of 10. We got another number 5.
Finally managed to slip away. Can you come to Arakeen?
We're actually in Arakeen.
Bring the Ipsy decoder and let's see what this mysterious film contains. Are you alright? Hurry up, they'll notice I'm gone soon.
JP. Alright, exit the Jackal's Alley. Okay. Oh, I got the Jackal's blindfold. Can I wear this? A special lightweight armor with additional poison mitigation. What's it look like? Oh, very groovy. I might have to figure that out, sort that out with a different outfit. Ooh, Water Shipper's Dune Reaper. Alright. Meet Ari on the second floor of the Seleucid Bull in Arakeen. I could use a drink anyway. Turn it off, turn it on again. I love the smoke detail when you come up here. Like just sort of wafting across the ceiling here. Got guy at the table, and it just sort of fades away as you come in. That's a cool little detail. Oh, is she up another level? No, she's right here.
You're here. I had hoped, but never mind. Arrakis is almost as full of abandoned hope as it is sand.
Making new friends, Aristide?
Zansara's back!
Oh, look. The famous outlaw Zantara the Lion. He enters stage right, cloak swirling, his eyes filled with savage menace. As for friends, well, when old ones no longer answer, new ones must be found.
I'm sorry, Aristide. There are
Wars to fight, cities to destroy, Sardaukar to kill.
people to save.
Ooh, nice comeback.
Like this one. When I pulled you from that prison ship, I couldn't help but recall an old Fremen prophecy Aristide had uncovered. Twin comets in the sky.
I remember. I dreamed of you. Birthed in fire. Twin comets in the sky. The seer of lies.
The seer
Oh, that
of
music.
lies. But there was no comet, Aristide. Just the burning wreck of an Imperial prison transport flaming across the sky after my rocket hit it.
And there is no way that could be interpreted differently.
I know of...
Peace. We're not here to discuss my dreams. We're here to decode this.
I almost
Where
got
did you get
it
that?
trying to get
We
that
pulled
thing.
it out of an abandoned siege. Our mutual friend here got us past the security.
You've got more than a few hidden talents and secrets. So what's on it?
Ixian decoder with...
I know what it is. As much as I may try, I haven't entirely forgotten my past, Aristide. Just buried it. What's on the film?
Let's find out.
I have pursued my mission to find the Fremen through to its logical conclusion. I have earned their trust, no doubt helped in part by the prophecies which have been sown amongst them. It took all of my mentat faculties to draw this conclusion, but I see the signs of the Bene Gesserit and their Missionara Protectiva seated amongst the Fremen. It is clear that a manipulator of religions has been at work here.
Just like in the
They
books.
refer to me as Lisan al-Gaib, a voice from the outer world. I confess, what began as an infiltration quickly became admiration, and now obligation. They're a harsh people, shaped by their oppression and persecution, most recently by the Emperor and his Sardaukar legions. I can unite them, help them to achieve the dream that Kynes began. must drink the water of life. I must become their money. But before I take that step, I have unfinished business. I've come to believe that my original mission to find the Fremen was actually to find a particular Fremen. I have my suspicions as to why, but to confirm them, I am forced to track down those who set me loose on this world in the first place. And I believe I have found them. Beneath old Carthag. Despite the destruction, something lingers beneath the city. On this film are the coordinates of the location where I believe I will find my answers. If you are searching for the same answers,
I hear it.
you must follow me.
I hear it. Yeah, I hear it, Chris.
This
Thank you.
is my secret name, spoken only in troop and siege. Al-Naim.
Al-Naim.
Jacobsa. It means the sleeper.
It means the sleeper. It's pouring down rain, guys. If I randomly disappear, it'll be because of the internet or the power. We got
Did
storms.
you know him? He was wearing Fremen garb.
I know
That was
of
my
him.
wife tapping in,
We have never met.
but I actually heard the rain.
Stilgar asked me to search for him after he disappeared. You seem to be connected to
Are we gonna meet
Hades.
Stilgar too?
You need to come with me to Old Carthag. Perhaps there we can find him.
Harkonnen.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I know who this is. I know who this is. He was on the ship. He was on the ship.
Where?
I saw him watching us from the corner.
You saw who?
Fade Raltha Harkonnen.
Your betrothed. Yeah. Not even he would be brazen enough to risk himself
Oh,
in
yes, he
Hades'
would.
territory.
You're here.
That's
Not for
right.
long. If he recognized me, the Sardaukar will be coming. Aristei, send me the coordinates from the recording. I need some time to prepare. Keep an eye out in Harko village. Noctua will lead you to me.
I'm coming as well.
You know you can't, and you know why. As an honored daughter of House Atreides, you are too valuable to risk on a trip into Harkonnen territory.
You sound like my father.
Never let your whims interfere with your duty.
And now you sound like my mother. You're right. Now get going before the Sardaukar round you up. You too. You wouldn't survive a face-to-face meeting with Count Hazimir Fenring.
The quirk of the eyebrows. That was nice.
Wait, what was that? Tell me later.
Yeah, I've already
going.
met Fenring. Oh, that was wicked cool, guys. So that was we learned a lot in that cutscene. So we're going to Carthag at some point. Somebody did find the remnants of the Fremen. Somebody else is trying to be the Lisa Nagaib. We got a name drop of Stilgar, who I've not heard anything about until tonight, to this session. Okay. Now I gotta go back to Harko Village. I love that map. Oh, can we? I never even noticed this, guys. I've been running in here like I've come in here probably a dozen times and never realized that you could see. Oh, there was an achievement! Thanks for the gifted sub, Big Man Cheeto. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Also, thanks for the sub as well. I appreciate it. I did not know you could sit in the chairs in here. I've been in here like 20, 30 times. Oh, that's cool. It's the little things. By the way, this is another little thing I will say. Like looking at the textures on doors and stuff is... when I was playing Anthem with my brother, we would marvel at some of the door details, and this is where world builders never get enough credit in terms of the assets that get created for these zones. Because if this was just a bare door and you ran around the corner and it was just like a bare steel door, it wouldn't look that cool. But when it's something like that, it might only catch the corner of your eye as you're walking up here to like lean up against the railing and look out over the rest of Arakeen. But then you turn around and go up to it, it's like, that's pretty cool. All right, and the bullhead. Um, nice touch. Let's get out of here. The off-white vase, yeah. All right, time to boogie out. By the way, what time is it? I was totally not supposed to. It's 5 o'clock. We're an hour in. Yeah, I'll keep going. I am gonna go get an adult beverage here in a minute, though. Get me some spiced rum to wind down my evening with some Dune. All right, I think we're going back to Harco Village. All right, see you then, Steve-O. My wife is a huge rum fan, so we got a bottle of rum the other day. We are going. Ooh, I have the ruins of old Carthage, but we're not going there yet because we got to go back to Harco. It's nice to hop on and just do some quests tonight because I went hard on the building last night and this morning. I do like my scotch. I'm more of a wine drinker than anything else, but a good scotch. I like the island scotches. I do like the peaty, smoky flavor. But I do appreciate a good spice rum. Stoic says, brace yourself, the next mission's a doozy. I'm still traumatized from the wreck of the Hephaestus when I got my face eaten off by zombies. Talk to Xantera in Harco Village. I inadvertently scratched at a scab on the back of my neck from a cat scratch. I'm gonna probably have to have my wife put a band-aid on. Do I have a prediction or preference for third faction? No. I mean, it's either gonna, in my opinion, there's a good chance it's the Spacing Guild. I think that's the popular decision, the popular vote. However, and I know that there's a lot of people who have said there are lore reasons for that. The Spacing Guild is very much about, keeping a balance, and I think the clues that Funcom have given us have been related to the third faction is going to be a faction that is actively trying to keep any of the other factions from getting too powerful. They want to keep everybody in balance. So that, the Spacing Guilds could be one thing. However, I played Dune Spice Wars, which Funcom published, and I played that a few years ago, and I could say I think the Fremen could also be another option. Only because in that game, if you played the Fremen, it was the Fremen couldn't cast votes in Dune Spice Wars. Now I haven't played since it launched. They may have balanced changed it since then, but in Dune Spice Wars, the Fremen could not actively vote in the Landsrad. And so if you played the Fremen faction, it was all about bribing and using other tools at your disposal to sway how the Landsrad votes were gonna. If I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've played, but if I remember correctly, it was all about, you know, manipulating to get the Landsrad to go the way you wanted the Landsrad to go, because you couldn't directly vote, but you could sway House Atreides, as an example, to vote the way you wanted them to vote if you could manage to do all the things. Hey, can you come here for a second? ¿Qué pasa? Ven, un segundo. Ah, okay. Okay. Necesito una cuenta. Pero después. I just get yelled at because it's time to kill? No. Time to feed the cats. Give me 2 seconds, guys. It's pouring in rain, and my wife just popped her head in and said, hey, can you feed the cats? Because she needs to take a shower, and she's soaking wet because she just was out running around getting all the chickens in for the pouring rain. Let me feed the cats, and as long as the internet doesn't go out, I'll be right back. Give me 3 to 5 minutes. All right. Cats have been fed. Poor Chris. She's soaking wet. She was out there chasing chickens around. We got the 4 baby cheeps. And getting them in from the rain. All right. I need a haircut. Yeah, if I had to vote, I would vote on the Fremen being the third faction. I know a lot of other people think it's the Spacing Guild, so we'll see. What's up, Barbarossa? I did manage to snag myself a little bit of spiced rum while I was in the kitchen feeding cats, so we're gonna enjoy a little spiced rum to go with our spicy Dune. Obey without question. Yeah, this is why I don't like Harko Village, man. The Harkonnen are scary. All right. Wow. Yeah, marathon just got delayed indefinitely. Kind of saw that coming. All right. Nice, Joel. I am strongly opposed as they are a made-up fact from the Dune Encyclopedia. Howie Man says I'm at the point of mining aluminium and basalt. Should I make another base closer to those resources? I would, Howie. Um, so what I did is I for the first, and I still have that first base. Oh, I can't see it from here. Um, because I'm in Harka Village. I started off with my first base in the eastern Vermilion Gap across from the Anvil, but then I moved a northern base up by the Pinnacle Station because that's where aluminium and basalt were. So, and I have two mining buggies. So I have a mining buggy south for iron and cobalt and the crystals that you need from the rift, and then I have another mining buggy up north for basalt and aluminium, which I have needed a boatload of basalt for. I'm building that Atreides base right now. So I've needed both of those. Um, I doubt I'll build a third base, to be honest with you, Howie. Because I have an ornithopter now, so it's pretty easy. I mean, obviously, when I get to the point where I need tier 5 stuff, it may be beneficial to build a forward operating base where then I go park the mining buggy. But then what I'll probably end up doing is have that just be a mining facility and then just transport the ore back to the main castle with my ornithopter every time I need, because that'll hold 1,000 or 500, I think. So I could just make runs as I need it. I haven't decided yet, but I'm still, like I said, I'm over 130 hours now, and I haven't needed to move on from that second base. So I do keep my first base powered because fuel cells cost nothing. They're free. They're laying around all over the place. So I think I still have like 13 or 14 days left on those power generators, so I just leave it going. I still haven't even graduated fully to wind turbines on the second base. I have one turbine and the rest are fuel generators on the second base, but I'm slowly going to be integrating fully to wind turbines on that second base. But the first base, it's all fuel, it's all those generators, and it's just fuel cells. Because honestly, when you get the mining rig, it ups your production. So you can go hit one of those fuel cell boxes that you see around when you're running around mining, and you'll get like you get a full stack. You get like 500 fuel cells in like 10 seconds of mining that thing. So it's their fuel cells are really easy to get.
Are you ready for this, off-worlder?
So,
Old Carthag awaits.
dude, am I gonna get emotional again because of where we're going? Old Carthag. Oh, do I have ammo? Hold up. I am really low on bandages. Oh, and I'm really low on heavy darts. Do I have any? No, I got more light darts. I got heavy darts. I'm fine. Other than I'm a little low on bandages. That makes me a little nervous. Oh, somebody asked another question that I forgot to answer. Let me scroll up and try to find it. Somebody asked something about what is the... I gotta find it. I don't see it now. Somebody asked a question about research and what do the numbers mean. D. Martin asked, what does the number under research mean? So the number under my research is the amount of intel points that I have available to spend. Unhewn, thanks for the sub over on Twitch. So everything in the research tab costs points to unlock. So as an example, this costs 30 points to unlock the Buggy Mark IV. So I would need to spend 30 points out of my 1,500 points that I have saved up. I am a pack rat, and I only unlock the things that I know I'm going to use until such time as I finish up doing the things that I need, and then I will, like, I've still never unlocked the sand bike back seat because I've never had a passenger. So I just was like, what do I need to spend 1 point on? So I could do that right now. You'll spend 1 point, and it'll go from 1529 down to 1528. So it's just intel points that I've saved up, but those are points that you'll earn through questing, doing the storyline, and from discovering locations, as well as specifically there are locations that have intel points that you can pick up. But that's how you unlock all of the recipes in the game to build things. So it's just the amount of points I have saved up. Well, I just did now, RJ. All right, I'm a little short on bandages, but if he wants to go, let's go.
Remember, if we're caught, we're dead. But don't worry, Offworlder. I'll make sure your water finds the Fremen.
Let's go. Oh, we're transporting straight there. And he's driving, so I'm going to kick back and enjoy the ride. Dun, 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 dun. That bass line gets me every time, man. Look at that. Ruins of Old Carthage, the former Harkonnen capital. Oh, buddy. Alright, is he going to tag along like Ari did? Yeah, he is. Alright, shields up. Rifle at the ready. Okay. Dude, he flew us in down there. Very, very nice job. I probably would have hit the walls a few times. This is a story location, correct? Because he transported us directly here, so this is an instanced story location. Oh, we got some up ahead. Oh, you know what I didn't bring is any, do I have iodine pills on me? I do. Alright, let's switch those out. You know what, I don't have the other mouse and keyboard over here. Just in case, because radiation has gotten me a couple of times. Oh, what was that? Look at that. Is there a fan?
The fan would slice you to a fine mist. There's no sea waste of water. Let's disable this fan if we are to proceed.
Okay, we got an improvised cutter ray, leap suspensor belt, improvised power pack. So we got to figure out how to disable the fan first. Check back, make sure we didn't miss any drop points here. Personal light. The music in here is pretty cool. Alright, don't see anything directly. Alright, Brutal, see ya. Thanks. Oh yeah, you'll see more. Tomorrow morning, I've been doing the altars for about 2 to 3 hours first thing in the morning, and then Dune Awakening after that. So tomorrow morning we'll be doing the same. We'll be starting. I start about 4:35 a.m. Central, so we'll start off with the altars, play for about 2.5 to 3 hours, and then I switch over to Dune Awakening for another few hours. So we'll see you next time. What's up, EQTix? Okay. Well, I'm assuming if I try to jump into that, it's gonna push me up. He said we need to find a way how to disable it. risk it. Let's just see what happens. Ah! Scared. I almost fell. Okay. What is this right here? Alright, now I'm terrified of zombies now that I almost got my face eaten off the last time I was in a dark, creepy place, so let's take our time in here. Oh, we got something over here. Turn off the giant fan. Correct, Arjali. When you're driving, as long as you don't see the wavy line, you're not aggroing the worm. More specifically, prolonged exposure is what can draw the worm, or specific things like drum sand. If the line goes red, that's when you know you're screwed. And if you're playing on a controller, this is totally a hack, but the controller will start vibrating when the worm is like in your vicinity. So I've caught myself a couple times getting a little low on the ornithopter, and the controller starts to go off, and it's a good indicator of oh shit, I need to maybe get a little bit of altitude. And then sure enough, you'll see him rolling along down beneath. He's like, I sensed something. Where's it at? But yeah, the bigger the vibration, the more chances you have of drawing the worm. And drum sand is pretty instant. And then if it's red, you're really in deep doo-doo. Okay. Are we going all the way down? I think we are. I'm gonna kill my shields for a second and hope that there's nothing down there. Shields up. Oh, I don't have enough power. Let's hold tight. Okay, we got a door over here. Door over there. These are not sliceable doors. Like I can't cut through them, I think. But it's also not just when you're driving. It's like anytime you're running, anytime you're on the sand.
This air smells antiseptic to me.
We've got filters in the air. Uh-oh.
Make her take our souls. Off-worlder, I don't suppose you happen to have a dissembler set to the exact codes of this pentashield, do you?
Not at the moment.
Not. Our paths must diverge for the moment, but let us keep our voices close on the community. Happy hunting.
Dude, I did not check to see if I brought enough water, because I'm not in a still suit right now. Alright, I do have a full meters on. We're good. I am going to pick up the metal only because I'm going to make some, light darts. Because I'm a little low on light ammunition. Should have jumped back before I did that. What is this? The creak of machinery is never a good sign. Alright, we've got an empty room. We got a creepy ass hollow of something back there behind a pentashield door. Pretty big chamber here. Yeah, the big thing, Arjali, is just knock on wood. I'm very far in. I've never lost a buggy. I've never lost any vehicles to the sand. But I am extremely paranoid, and so I stick to the rocks. Like, I don't go across open sand if I can avoid it. Like, I will open up the map and plan my trips accordingly. Like, I don't know if we can see anything because we're here. But I'm very meticulous about route planning, and I will take an extra 10 minutes to go all the way around, or at least I was early before I got my ornithopter. I would take my buggy and I would take the long way around just to make sure. I was like, I got 8 hours to play. Like, 10 minutes is nothing. Like, I would much rather take the long way and come back with a full buggy full of loot than to, oh, let's try to shave 60 seconds off my time and then get it. Okay, I don't know what all these machines are for. We've got like some sort of vials. These are like books. This all doesn't look necessarily dusty or anything. We've got some pretty opulent looking chairs right here. Okay. We got doors off to the side. Can't do anything with them. Alright, I'm betting we're going through that door if I had to guess. Learn more about the purpose of this facility. I'm intrigued, sirs.
Off-worlder, are you there? I'm certain you've noticed by now we have entered something well beyond normal Harkonnen devilry.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Uh-oh. That's definitely radiation. Fuck, why is there always radiation? I didn't bring a radiation suit. But I do have iodine pills. There's always radiation. It's like I'm playing Fallout all over again. If there's radiation, there's probably crap that wants to eat me. Uh-oh, we got... That's not good. Spilled green goo, kids. That's never good. A whole bunch of... Here, let's just step all in it and radioactivate my feet.
I see things that raise the darkest of suspicions.
Dude.
I'm not... Sand and sky. One moment, Off-worlder. I must examine this.
Well, I'm not going to take a pill unless I have to. Let's see if I can get through this really quick. Okay, we got a pentashield band. We got a chest. Some iodine pills. I think we can just boogie back really quick. I don't think there was anything over here, was there? Alright, we're good. You saw your first spice bloom today, RJ? Nice. That's right, Boring. Carthag's a ruins because someone fired a lasgun at his shield, so it's definitely radiation left behind.
By the Maker. Off-worlder, we have entered a den of abominations. These are Tleilaxu. We must be in one of their laboratories.
That's not good. That's not good. Tleilaxu abominations, baby. I still haven't gone after any spice. I did see a spice blow during the morning stream, which I almost went and grabbed, but I was on a crafting run, so I didn't pay attention. I was like, I'll ignore it for later. But I think by the end of this week, I'll probably be ready to start doing some spice harvesting. All right, let me shut up here.
Children. It is time.
Compulsion time.
Hear me. Where were you born? Where is your place? Put your hand in the box.
No, hang on. Where's my controller? Zombies! Si puedes. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Huh? So for those who can't, you're not gonna be able to hear my wife. She's making fun of me because she's like, I have a cat scratch at the back of my neck. So a couple days ago, I don't know if you get. For those of you who are here, Smeagol jumped up on he jumped up on my shoulders. Smeagol was hanging out up here, and Chris came in and picked him up to take him outside, and his back claw went and like raked across the back of my neck, and I inadvertently scratched at the scab a few minutes ago and like pulled it off, and so it was kind of yeah, pues así. Así es. No te preocupes. Gracias. ¿Vas a poner otro? Hang on, we're doing some emergency patching in real life here. Let me apply some bandages in real life as well. She's telling me, but cats are so pretty. They're so amazing. They're so awesome. I do love my cats. But there are occasionally accidents that happen. Thank you. Thank you, babe. Alright. See. Así es. Uh-oh, I heard something going around the corner. Oh, of course I did.
Do you know of the Benny Tleelax off-worlder?
I do, yes.
The star Thalam warms but one planet because it could not bear any further obscenity.
My character is exactly like me. Well, close. I don't have as good of a head of hair as he does, and his beard is nicer than mine. But I do tend to... I used to have really long hair and would always make long-haired characters, but now that I'm short-haired and bearded, I try to make bearded, short-haired characters. Uh-oh. What do we got going on here? Oh! Screw you, coming in from behind. Oh, you're a big boy. Oh my god. You are a big nasty. Zombies! Alright, we got all sorts of stuff in this chamber, so let's take our time. Examine everything. Who are these guys in the holograms, I wonder? Cats are like Edward Scissorhands in the house. Accidents are bound to happen. Yeah, I mean, my arms are pretty safe right now. Every once in a while I get a little mangled. I like to play with my cats too, so most of them are pretty good, but like Smeagol gets a little rough sometimes. Frodo likes to like, he doesn't do this to Chris, but he'll do it to me. Like if I get up close to him with my face, he'll like, he won't scratch me. He'll put his paw on my face to like say hi, but he'll put his paw and it'll have like the claws are like right there. Whereas like Leia likes to wake me up in the middle of the night biting my nose, and she'll like, if I'm like laying in bed and not paying attention to her, she'll jump up on the edge of the bed and like bat at my face, and she won't use her claws. She'll just like tap me like this until I wake up, and then she'll like reach forward and like bite my nose. But Frodo will like full on get in my face, meow at me, and if I don't answer, he'll put his paw on my face and he'll just use just the tiniest bit of claws. But it's just like, hey dad, I'm right here, wake up. And I've inadvertently like done that before and gotten like a eighth of an inch scrape because I was like, oh no, buddy, don't do that. So things happen. Alright, there's nothing else in this room that I can see. We have 6 cats. We had 9. We've lost a few over the years. We're down to 6 now. We have 6 cats. I think we have... How many chickens do we have right now? 14, 15 chickens. 20 ducks. And one of the ducks is brooding. She's got 6 eggs. How many eggs does Cappuccino have? ¿Cuántos huevos tiene Cappuccino? She has 10 eggs. So we're gonna have... So Chris has been reducing the chicken herd and growing the duck herd? Flock. I'm sorry, guys. Chicken flock. She's been reducing the chicken flock and, oops.
The uninitiated often view Golas as synonymous with clones, but this is reductive to the point of vulgarity and misses the point, misses the miracle of flesh that is the Gola.
We do have a homestead channel for the people who are interested in that kind of stuff. I'll occasionally share stuff out on social media and here on the YouTube channel. But if you want all the juicy stuff, you gotta head over to Discord because there's a crafting, gardening, travel, pets section of Discord that is all about our homestead stuff. Oh, that's the first time I've seen this combo. There's a patch tomorrow morning along with Coriolis Storm. Yep. I think they announced on Twitter what time. I think it's like 1 o'clock in the morning for me when it goes live, the patch. Dude, I definitely heard more than one.
The Tlilaxu are genetic manipulators of the highest order. They take wonder and dread from the essence of life. Entire galaxies are distilled into a test tube. For even the most profane soul, the Tlilaxu excite disgust.
Patch notes are never available in advance. They will be available after, but they did say on Twitter it's like a hot fix. There's some details on Twitter. You should check out on the Dune Awakening Twitter account. I don't think they've said anything in Discord yet, but I haven't checked the Discord in a few hours, so. Big sandstorm does hit tonight. It'll reset everything tomorrow. Well, it'll reset everything when they do the reset, which is tomorrow morning. Dude, check these cloning machines out. Holy shit, dude, they've got people in these machines. Let's see if I can zoom in on the text. Yeah, I can't read it. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Yeah, that's not good. They're building face. Man, that's not good at all. Oh, we gotta.
This leads some of our geneticists to
They're building Golas in
hypothesize
here.
that a Gola's death memory can be accessed through the proper form of stimuli and psychological trauma. A Gola may reawaken their pre-Gola memories. The degree of this recall is, at this time, only speculation.
Okay. This is the curse of when I log in to play it next. I was letting it play for a couple of hours, and now we're deep in a dungeon, and it's like, we're going until we're done. I don't know what else is in here. I don't see any doors. Oops, that's a door down there. Yeah, this is a super cool facility. It reminds me a little bit of like Aliens. Uh-oh, I heard that. Oh, he doesn't want to die. Shit. A little bit of like Aliens like vibe going on.
We now speak of the axolotl tank, a womb advanced by science to the pinnacle of divinity. Axolotl tanks are capable of growing living beings.
Are they trying to grow a frickin' Kwisatz Haderach? I'm mildly terrified in here. Uh-oh, cutscene.
Hear me. You are the scout. We are the hands. You are the scouts.
Yeah, they did. They absolutely did try to make their own version in the books. Very H.R. Geiger look to this place. Although, this also has the look of like the Harkonnen stuff as well.
The applications of the axolotl tank only grow, both manifold and multiform, overreaching the vast horizons of possibility.
Man, I got sweaty palms going on right now. This is just
Dear
like...
God, if you could see what I'm seeing.
Oh no, look at them all down there. Oh my God, that's a lot. Are they all gonna... Oh, they're definitely all gonna come get me. Oh my god. Run. Ah! Are they gonna jump down after me? Oh shit, they're definitely gonna jump down after me. Ah! Oh my god. Did he just chuck something at me? God for the Mentat turret. There's still one or two more alive down in here, I think. Definitely chucking something at me.
It's terrible. Monstrous past all sanity.
Oh my god, there's more. This is not cool, man. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Oh no, that's like... No, 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 no. Ah! Oh, fuck me, I'm stuck. Run!
It's utterly beyond thought. I dare not tell you. The most disturbing spice dream could not show this. They are not...
There's more. Are you for real? Oh no. Ah! Ah! I am down to 33 rounds of ammo and I don't have time to craft more. Quick. Crafting. I don't have parts. No, I'm gonna have to switch to a melee. What are they chucking at me? Oh, I'm stuck on the something.
Legions! They defy all reason! Shall take you!
I'm out of ammo. Oh, I missed it. I fucked it up and did the thing instead. Oh no! I'm stuck in the corner. I can't get out. I think something just happened because I'm like stuck and they're not attacking me. There they go. Yeah, I'm in trouble. I'm in a bad place and I'm stuck because of my turret. No! And my turret's not shooting them. Yeah, I can't jump or anything. I'm like stuck in the geography. Oh, there we go. It doesn't help me a lot though because I'm screwed. I'm not gonna be able to get bandages off. I need to just run if I can and try to drop another turret. Can they get me here? They can chuck rocks at me. Give me some more ammo. Better than nothing. I mean, I survived for a moment. Oh, I forgot all about my prescient spice abilities. Jesus. This is what happens when you panic because of zombies. Oh, you interrupted me, bitch. I got stuck again. Alright, here we go. No! Alright. Less panic. Put all my points into melee and for ranged.
I yet live.
Ah! I made it out of here.
We must reunite. There are hatches that lead downward. See if you can locate one.
Bandage up, that's the most important thing. Alright, Kay. I forgot all about the Spice President stuff. I think I've only used it twice in my whole gameplay. Alright, I am like out of ammo on the... Like, I don't think I have any... I don't have any metal to make anymore. Give me some more ammo! Okay. Got down here. I haven't seen, I tested the first 4 or 5 bodies, didn't see any loot on them, so I've been ignoring them up until this point. I mean, I could check them again, but I didn't see it in the first, like, half dozen or so. Whoever told me at the beginning of this that I needed to strap in, you weren't wrong. This has been like, I don't know if you guys played, was it Alien Firestrike? Aliens Firestrike or Fire Team?
We have even explored the possibility of using axolotl tanks to replicate the spice melange. This would forever change the shape of power in the universe.
Dude, there's bodies in chambers, and then one of these is tipped over and broken over. Yeah, this is beyond ops. This is way awesome, Spade. This is like, I'm terrified, and I know a lot of people on my channels have been asking for me to play horror games for like the last 6-8 months, and I'm not good at horror games. I'm such a baby. And I'm like, dude, I'm full on. I wish I could show you guys. My palms are like so sweaty on the controller right now. I'm not very good. Just like, come on, man. I'm out of ammo. Fuck. I don't have any points in melee. Fuck. That's right. Spice heals me. Fuck. I forgot. Try not to die. Look at these creepy ass ghoulas in here, man. And now I'm like, how many of these are waiting for me around the corner? There's an ammo box. Ammo. Ammo. Better than nothing, man. Oh, I got a sight. Nope! I heard something nasty, man. Yeah, and I'll be honest, like I didn't know there was going to be any horror elements in this game, and it wasn't until we started playing these main quest lines I was like, oh shit, there's actually. I love the spice addiction stuff, like when the spice wears off and you start hearing the voices. And I don't think I have any spice food on me. I was so unprepared for this dungeon. Okay, anything else in here?
Wolfwalder, I've entered a large cavern and will await you here. Hurry.
Drugs are bad, kids. And y'all can make fun of me later because I totally look around corners even though I don't. We were talking about this earlier. I'm like looking around the corners like I'm in real life. Oh my god. Is there anything in here? I don't see anything. Oh, that's definitely bad shit coming because the chambers just broke open. You be grumpy all you want. Okay. The next one had like a rounded, like something. It's like a dome in here. Dude, when I was a kid, RJ, like trying to play on like the controller, do like racing games, and my feet, like I would lean in the direction I'm turning. If you ever watch me play racing games, I totally still do that. I will, like, if I'm turning left, I will lean left. Turn right, I'll lean right. And my feet, you can't see it, but my feet will totally, my toes will like. Oh, look at that face in the wall back there. Oh, what is this? Is that Zendara? Dude, we'll be fine, bro. Listen to the music.
I have seen things this day that I will never speak of. But when I pass out of this universe, the memory of it will mercifully die. Come, let us continue.
Need to increase the volume of those NPCs when they're talking. Okay. Dude, isn't this the shot that we saw in the I remember seeing this like image that we're about to come up on in like a lot of the previews for the game over the years. This image right here. That's a lot of water, man. Yeah, this is where suddenly we're here with her.
Our cat's paw returns and brings a desert lion in tow. What is it you seek? The sleeper is not here.
It is a strange thing to see a Bene Gesserit perched at the center of a Tlilaxu web.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Tell me, if you are truly of the Sisterhood...
I don't think she is.
Then command us to put our blades away.
Yep, face changer.
Clever children.
Talk, or we will take turns degloving your skull of all its faces.
Be at peace, Desert Lion. I'm here to give answers.
What a nice twist.
What interest does the Bene Tleilax have with me?
Speaking as someone who habitually hides behind other guises, perhaps we're interested in the real you. The royal you.
Tell us what you know.
Who is Centaura?
Oh yes, the Sleeper is our greatest experiment yet. However, I should like to talk about this one here.
How does this off-worlder relate to you and your plans?
Have you not guessed?
Amputees often complain of feeling their phantom limbs.
This voice actor from I never forget him as the Emperor in Star Trek and Star Wars on the Old Republic.
Fenring's plaything. When you murdered sibling.
After sibling.
Did you feel nothing?
This is a trippy scene, man.
Not even a tickle.
A clone. Clones are grown from cells taken from the living. Golers are harvested from the dead. They are walking mausoleums, haunted by the memories of a corpse. Oh, my poor child of the tube. Your life is not yours. Your memories and identity are product, code, content.
I was not ready for that plot
You
twist.
are one of many, a ghoulish fractal, repeating and repeating.
But that
and
explains why there were so many number fives.
Every horror you faced in this land emerged from the same slime you congealed in.
Enough. That's more than enough.
And of course, we
You
are all the
seem to
number
have me at a
sixes.
disadvantage, Desert Lion. I do not possess the voice. I am no Bene Gesserit. And yet, when it comes to our product, I may as well be. Kill Xantar!
Sorry, buddy.
You still don't know what cadaver you were scraped from.
There's no time for masks now. My name, my real name, is Bronso Vernius.
Bronsovernius.
My mission is to find the Sleeper. Listen, the Fremen are still out there. They will return once the Sleeper has awakened. You must find Stilgar.
It's our second mention of Stilgar.
Arrakis has sharpened you, off-worlder. But what will you do with that edge?
Oh, did he die? Is he gonna die? No. Oh shit, we gotta escape the facility. Oh, no, 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 no. I wasn't ready. Oh, I ain't stopping. I'm gonna run as far and fast as my little feetsies can carry me. No, you leave me alone. I have no idea. Is it the door? Is it the door? this is the right. Oh, there's an ornithopter. No! 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 Did I just crash? No! No! Fuck! That was the worst possible time for a fucking crash. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's my first ever crash. For those of you who follow me, I've been live streaming this game every day since I started on the 5th. I have never crashed until just now. Poor Joel. I'm gonna shoot someone tomorrow. I'm in tears right now. I got to the ornithopter and the game's like, you're not getting out tonight. Oh my god. Let's oh, let's see where that put me. I wonder if I'm total panic mode trying to make it out. Let's see where it sticks me. Oh, that's too funny. Barbarossa says, do we know where we can find the schematics for a generator larger than the fuel power generator? Yeah, Barbarossa, if you just progress through the game, you'll eventually get to the point where you can make the wind turbines. I believe those are tier 4? No, turbines are oh, I clicked the thing. I clicked yes. I don't want to load that. Steel. So tier 3. I think the wind turbines are the spinny things. I think it's steel. It's the steel tier. Turbine. Yeah, turbine schematic. Oh man, that was awesome. ¿Qué pasa? No, no hay frío aquí. No hay chocolate caliente.
I dream of...
Creo que no hay en la refri. You found it? Alright, cool. Joel jinxed me. Alright, let's see where it stuck me, guys. Yeah, lubricant. It's fuel cells, silicone blocks, and water makes the lubricant to fuel. It's the same time period, like one fuel cell is 1 hour, one lubricant is 1 hour. But a turbine generates the same amount of power. Oh no, did it start me? No. Surely it didn't stick me back at the very beginning of that. It just says escape. I'm right here, so technically... Okay, I had a moment of panic where I thought I was going to remake do the whole thing, but I think it just put me at the Thopter. Alright, theoretically, I should be able to just travel back to Hog Basin and have it update. Yeah, I think we're okay, Joel, because it just said escape the... It said escape the facility. I think we're okay. But I had a moment of panic because it was reloading the cutscene at the very beginning. Let's double check here. Because I bet once I hit... let's go northern side because I got a base on the northern side that I want to fly into anyway. Oh, escape triggers when you touch the ornithopter at the end. Okay, well we'll find out here in a second. I'm pretty sure the quest tracker said just escape. So if it didn't, I may have to zone back in and then touch the ornithopters. What you're getting at is I may need to touch the ornithopter because it automatically triggered a leave. Right. Yeah, you might be right. I'm at the edge. North. About to find out. Fly back real quick. Are there special unique drops for completing story quests? Sometimes. EQX. Yep. Luca Brazzi TV says that happened to me last night, and I had to go back to Harco and talk to Xantara to get back to the mission area. Well, this one it still shows the ruins of old Carthage. So let's just go log back in and see what happens. I may have to redo the whole thing, which if that's the case, we'll do that tomorrow. But I am not sure yet. Although I'm not sure what I would need to do to... I wouldn't know, because it still says that we have to... It may not let me zone in. Yeah, it's not going to let me enter. I bet I would have to... I can't access it from here. Yeah, it definitely looks like I can't access it from here, Joel, so, I think the best thing to do would probably be to... Where was he? In Old Harco? Yeah, Xantara's gonna need me to fly me there. I believe he was in Old Harco, in the Harco village. Yeah, I'm gonna go run to my base really quick and just see what it says, because usually when you get to your base, it does like an update. So that's kind of what I want to check really quick. I'm almost out of fuel. Shit, I should have. No, don't go to the deep desert.
Warning, low fuel.
Yeah, I know I'm in low fuel. Did I not track the right thing? Shit. I may need to jump into the deep desert just to fuel up real quick. I've never actually been to the deep desert. I might have tracked the wrong thing. I'm tired and it's late and pretty sure I have a fuel cell. I better have a fuel cell. Yay, achievement. Yes, okay. Now, I've never been in here. What's the exit here? I've never been in here before. Yeah, I just forgot to stop at one. I forgot to stop at a refueling station because I was paying attention to chat, not paying attention. Now, I don't know how to get out of the deep desert, though, is the problem. I have no idea if it's this direction. Alright, this is where I'm legitimately lost because I've never been in here before. That looks like that might be the way out. Because the map won't let me go anymore to the... Oh wait, that's just like a sector. Building concentration 50%. Boop, boop, boop. There it is. I see the wall. Lucas Brazzi said I went back and talked to him at Harco and it was fine. Okay. Now, how did I miss tracking Haka Basin? I think I just was paying attention to chat and not paying attention to the game screen. Alright, let's go to my base and we'll just see if it updates there. And if it doesn't, then I'll just need to go back to Harco Village and talk to him again and have him transport me back. Brazi, when you went back last night, was this the same thing that happened to you? When you went back, did it automatically update or did you have to redo the whole zone all over again? They put you at your last checkpoint? Alright, cool. Well, just out of sheer curiosity, let's hit my base just to double check. But I'm willing to bet we're going to have to go back to Harco Village and find him. But I do have a base not too far from here, so... Besides, I can get a chance to take a look at my base in the daylight. I think I've only ever flown into it at nighttime. Somebody's off to my 9 o'clock. Yeah, this is the only game I've ever played where I'm having to build that as well. Yeah, we definitely don't get an update here, so we gotta back to Harco for sure. Alright. Back to the edge of the map. For science! By the way, perfect time to promote. If you guys haven't been paying attention to the base building videos, I got a new playlist up on YouTube. We've been covering the building of this base. I've got 6 land claims. I've gone 6 rectangular and up 7, I think, so 6 verticals. We've been working on the upper section. We're building down from that upper section now. We're going to be covering this entire archway and pillars. So go over to YouTube. Make sure you follow along with that playlist. It is separate from the Dune Awakening playlist. Specifically set up for the base building. I think we're 7 episodes deep now. Yeah, I'm expecting that'll take me the rest of the month and probably all of July as well. I don't think that'll be something that's done quick. It'll take me a few weeks. A lot of it is also figuring out how all the pieces fit together. So like today was like figuring out how to get the ramps to go backwards to go into the mountain or into the cliffside so they look like supports for the actual structure. So a lot of it's just experimentation with figuring out how the building pieces go together. Okay. Harco Village. Yeah, it's weird, Thorold, because most games, like, especially if you think back to like EverQuest, World of Warcraft, Lord of the Rings Online, like most MMOs, you know, and multiplayer games or any games, really generally speaking, it's like nighttime is dangerous. Remember Kithakor Forest and EverQuest? It's like don't go at night, you will die. The zombies will eat your face off. 24,000 for that house at the taxes on that one, and I owe 4,000 on the other one. It's per land claim, 4,000 per land claim. So that one is 6 squares, so it's 4 times 6 is 24. And then I owe 4,000 on my first base, so I owe 28,000 every 2 weeks. And I have purchased all of my Atreides base building stuff. I think the only thing I have lacking is I still have to get the variants for the I have the variants for the buggy and the bike. I just need the ornithopter. All right, now I gotta find this guy because I don't remember where he was. This is gonna be the problem. I don't remember where he was at. No, it's not a. You have to craft an item. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. What is it? It's this thing right here. It's a steel product staking unit set. There's 2 in this. There's a vertical one and a horizontal one. So, they're 15,000 a pop plus steel. That was like an 8-hour session when we did it the other day. That was just literally building and building. We'd go do quests, come back, buy more staking units. All right, how do I find this guy again? Because I do not remember where he was at. And I don't think he's going to show up on the map now. Hang on, I got to actually grab the mouse and keyboard because the controller doesn't scroll. How do you find him again? I do not remember where he was at. Anybody remember where he was located? I could probably go Google it, but just if anybody remembers off the top of their head. Because I don't see him anywhere. Because technically we've already done the quest. I may have to look this up because I do not remember where I found him. Because I was following a waypoint earlier. Alright, I'm gonna look this up. Searching for answers, because I don't remember where he was.
Attempting to circumvent Harkonnen regulations is forbidden. Compliance ensures the safety and prosperity of all citizens.
Just past the vehicle vendor northeast. Okay, so some other people have had this happen, it looks like. There's a couple of people talking about this on Reddit. Northeast vehicle vendor. Northeast is right up there. Yeah? Okay, somewhere up in here. I have not done any of the Landsrad stuff, and I won't be for a long time. I'm worried about base building and other stuff.
Are you
so.
ready for this, off-worlder? Oh, remember, if we're caught, we're dead. But don't worry, off-worlder. I'll make sure your water fine.
Okay. So someone said it'll stick me at the next, wherever the waypoint was. The mission update. Let's see where it sticks me. Hopefully right before the cutscene. And then we run like the wind. I don't know, though. Alright, it says escape the facility. The problem is that this is the entry point. And what happened to me last time is I ran up here and it just pushed me out. So I actually don't know. I'm nervous to run up to it again because technically I think this is the same ornithopter, but he's with me right now. So what I don't know is if I get too close to this, it might just push me out again. We'll see what happens here. No, cancel. Let me read this really quick. I'm genuinely curious if we need to run through again. Because I have a feeling what's going to happen is if I run back and do what I just did, it's going to put me outside. Fuck it, let's just see it. See what happens. Because I could swear, Euclid, I saw earlier, I saw a moment where it said, get to a safe distance. But then when I got back out to the map and went back to Hago Basin, it had gone to this again. And so it wasn't actually tracking that I had finished. So let's see what happens really quick. Do you want to travel the world map? Sure, why not? But I'm willing to bet I'm going to have to go through the whole thing again. See, and I can't see the... Yeah. Let's go back to Harco Village really quick. Because I can't see anything on the quest tracker now. So, that'll be for tomorrow morning. Because I do not have time. I was only supposed to play for an hour and a half, and I'm almost 3 hours in tonight. Damn. Having a good time, but I do need to wrap it up because I gotta wrap up things tonight. There's Harco Village. It is addicting. Honestly, I could play more, but I've played so much. I've been trying to keep my stream hours down this week because eye strain is a real thing, and I'm old now. Older. Alright, let's just double check what the quest tracker says. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and rerun the whole thing. So we'll save that for tomorrow, and we'll be able to go properly stocked up, because I can go back and make more bandages and stock up on light ammo and stuff. The one thing I don't know about, though, is whether or not it's going to, if the instance is going to be cleared, or if we're going to have to re-clear the instance, or if I need to cancel the quest to redo the quest. That's going to be something I don't know. I won't know that until tomorrow morning. So that shall be the ticket of the day tomorrow morning. I'm going to fly back to my base so that we are in a good place to do crafting tomorrow morning before we head out. And that'll be the agenda. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great evening. Don't forget the servers are going down tonight. The Coriolis storm is wiping everything, so make sure to get all your stuff to a safe place. Resources will all be respawned in Haga Basin tomorrow. Everything will be wiped from the deep desert tonight. Don't get hit by the worm. And make sure you have plenty of water. Thank you. That is the Atreides armor set. I'm using that as a variant skin, and then I have I forget what swatch I'm using. It's the Ultimate Edition color swatch, which is like I really can't remember what it is. Desert Sunset, I think is what it's called. All right, see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your time. If you're going to be playing, don't forget to follow along over on Discord. If you're watching on Twitch right now, hit up the YouTube channel because everything in between the streams happens on YouTube. Don't forget the Homestead channel and all the good stuff that happens in between. And we'll see you all tomorrow morning for some more altars first thing, and then we'll be graduating to Dune Awakening after that.